We left off 654. 654. It said the Chovos HaLevavos, the two classifications of sin. There's a sin bein odom lamokom, bein odom l'chaveru. Man and God, and man and man. But he says even man and man, but it's also between, it's bein odom lamokom. Because why aren't you permitted to offend, to injure, to harm, to steal, anything, to infringe another person's existence? Because Hashem said so. So every bein odom l'chaveru is bein odom lamokom. Okay, so when a person does tshuva, and you correct, what exactly are you correcting? To what degree do you correct? That's what we're speaking about. Bottom paragraph. As he says, very interesting. Until now, we've only spoken about what's tshuva, remorse, commit yourself not to do wrong again. But the question, do you have to do the right? A person steals with his hand, and you do tshuva. 644. 44. Right? Are you supposed to take that hand now and do a mitzvah? Give tzedakah, help people. You've done wrong, now maybe you're supposed to do right. That's also part of the rehabilitation of the wrong that you've done. That's something to do with your attitude, with your perspective. Person had a bad heart, envy, whatever it may be. He harbored ill feeling towards others. Kino, he was vengeful where he was not permitted. Hasino, hate, adomalase. It's not enough to have remorse for the wrong that you had, but you should be positive. Be positive towards other people. When other people succeed, be happy for them. You should be forgiving. Encourage other people to be forgiving. And when you see other people succeeding in life, it gives you pleasure. This is a whole different. Many years ago, somebody once came to a class of ours. It was at Shai Gold's office, and this person had everybody on the chopping block. This person who attended, he says, I see the world in the most cynical way, critical about everything, and I can't see people in a positive light. He says, why? Because I was brought up, my parents, they were always, found fault with everybody. Nobody was good enough. How am I supposed to change? My whole ability to process is always in the negative. What do I do? Right? That's the question he asked me. So what I said was, if you associate yourself with positive people over time, you can see things in a more positive way. Because sometimes you're amazed. All of a sudden people, it's like they're shedding new light on life. You never saw it this way. It's like almost like a breath of fresh air. To be always, have everybody pounding people, critical, dissecting them, it's very negative. It's not something which you enjoy, definitely not. Maybe a person, he ingratiates himself feeling it, he empowers himself with that. But it's not something which is joy. It's really, it's like warped. It's a warped type of joy, You gloat in somebody else's failing. Whoever heard of such a thing? But if you're around people that are positive and they're happy when something positive happens, you're exposed to that, you see things differently. And over time, your whole perspective changes, and you process things differently. So I'm saying, because he says here, if the person was harbored ill feeling, he was vengeful, he had hate, he had this and that, hate-ridden. The heart has to have love. You have to feel good when other people succeed in life. It's a whole change of, it's like re-gearing. It's retrofitting the whole system. It's a whole different function. Look, this is what Musa is about. And Rabbi Yisrael Slanta, that's why, person would have tremendous Talmud Chacham. He could be envious, that literally he could eat you up alive with his eyes and with his envy, to that degree. So what kind of Torah is that? It's all tainted. Everything is corrupted and everything is slanted and everything comes out upside down and backwards. That's why you find Gedolei Yisrael. When it comes to Bein Odom Chavero, the Torah paled compared to what the Bein Odom Chavero was. The Chesed and everything else. It went hand in hand. Because if they wouldn't have had those qualities, and of course it always advanced because of that level of dimension of Torah. What kind of Torah is this? In terms of the selflessness to other people. You know, they always say, but to take advantage. I'll tell you a story. Many years ago, I have a relative, lived in Israel many years, had big business. And he was very close to Reb Shlomo Zalman Auerbach. And he was close with Reb Shvadron, both of them. And there was a certain person that did things, they would borrow money from them, from Reb Shlomo Zalman, they wouldn't pay back. Yeah? You know, you want it from a little bit. He could, you know, he had some money. He would lend them, and then when they were supposed to, he didn't pay back. He figured, you know, they'll let it go. You take advantage of a tzaddik. Tzaddik's not going to come after you. And then afterwards, he hears the person himself. He did something illegal, and he needed bail to get out of jail. So he sent a message to Reb Shlomo Zalman Auerbach if he could raise the bail for him, and Reb Shvadron to raise the bail. You know, not raise the bar, raise the bail. Okay? So, all of a sudden, this person hears they're putting the money together. Reb Shvadron was putting the money together. So he goes to Reb Shvadron. The man deserves to be behind bars. It's bad enough that he didn't pay you back. Now he does things, and now you're going to bail him out. The man has no appreciation. The man deserves to stay behind bars. So Reb Shvadron says, let me discuss it with my brother-in-law. Reb Shlomo Zalman and Reb Shvadron, they were brothers-in-law. Reb Shvadron was married to Reb Shlomo Zalman's sister. So, okay, they never got back to this person. This American who was upset, and what do you think he did? He gave him the money for bail, take him out. How do you understand it? So what, this is not a leif tov? Say, you know, you're naive, you're a fool. These people weren't naive, they weren't fools. Based on their understanding of what has to be done, in that particular context, that was the right thing to do. That's it. It's a leif tov. It's something that normally you should be upset and vengeful against the person, which seems to be justified. That's not the way they process it. To be continued.